Gateway by Frederik Pohl. I am so excited by this find. A beautiful edition, book club edition of a classic. I have not read Frederik Pohl, so a bit of a shameful admission. Gateway is supposed to be his most famous book. It is his most famous. It's the beginning of the Hichi saga. I have heard quite a bit about this from few booktubers. Ira from SF Words of Wonder comes to mind for sure. So let me know if you've read Gateway. Look at this lovely cover also. I really like the artwork here. A great book club edition in good condition for just a couple of dollars. This was an amazing find. I love it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've read the book. Now, you may know Stanislaw Lem is one of my favorite authors. And here's one book that I have not read by him, and I was excited when I spotted it in a bookstore. Fiasco. Fiasco is a book that I have not read by Lem. Lem, of course, is the author of Suarez. That's his most famous work, but there are many others that are amazing. Fiasco, we'll see. I spoke with Richard from Vintage SF about possibly doing a body read, so we'll see if that comes together, if the timing aligns. When I saw this one, and this was standing next to it, I could not pass up the opportunity to pick up the English version of Eden. So yeah, this is a beautiful collection of books put out by Harvest Print. I think Harvest is the name of the printer. And of course, Memoirs Found in a Bathtub, another classic vintage SF by Stanislaw Lem, the master himself. So let me know if you've read any Lem. Here's Ted Chiang's book, Stories of Your Life and Other Stories. I read, of course, The Exhalation some years ago. I think when it first came out, I really liked the stories. I don't remember them, but I remember liking them. I remember enjoying them. Very well written, and I'm sure these stories will blow my mind as well. And of course, The Story of Your Life, the titular story here, is the basis for the movie Arrival, which I loved. I loved Arrival, the movie.
The object touched down 40 minutes ago.
So I'm hoping the story in this book will be different enough from the movie, or just will bring something maybe new to the experience. We'll see. Let me know if you've both watched the movie and read the story. Which one did you prefer? Here's one that I could not believe I found. Freedom by Daniel Suarez. I've heard people talk about this book. It's supposed to be a fast-paced, well-written, easy to digest kind of a book. I think it's a duology. This is book one. And I was so excited because look at this. This book was $1. $1 for this hardcover, first printing that cost $30 originally. I paid $1 for freedom. That's the kind of freedom I like to read. Daniel Suarez. Have you read him? Is he really kind of like Creighton-esque vibe? I don't know. I'm looking forward to reading this when I'm in that type of mood. Who knows what mood I'm going to be in tomorrow? I never know. It may be this kind of mood. It may be this kind of mood. Parable of the Sower. Ooh, a heavier read for sure. Octavia E. Butler, fabulous author. Of course, I loved Dawn. Thank you, Whitney from Secret Sauce, for putting me onto that book. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well written. There's depth to the both human and the alien characters in that book. I also read the short story Bloodchild, which was amazing, difficult. But Octavia E. Butler, that's, I think, what you get with her. Stories that will challenge you a little bit. So Parable of the Sower dystopian novel, book one. I was very excited also about this specific edition. This book is all over any bookstore you go to. You're likely to run into a Parable of the Sower on the bookshelves. But this edition was lovely, and it was inexpensive. A used book again. I love looking for used books. Let's maybe get rid of a few of these so I can put more books up for you to see, as I have quite a few more to share with you. Another one, this is an interesting find. This is a book that probably no one has ever heard about. Czeslaw Milosz is a Polish author and Nobel Prize laureate. He is famous for his poetry. Now, this is not poetry. This is his only science fiction book, the only science fiction book that he read. It is going to be challenging. I'm not sure if it's a good one. It's got interesting reviews. The Mountains of Parnassus. This book has a weird tone to it. I think it's unfinished. Interesting. But anyway, I loved Czeslaw Milosz when I was a kid. I was reading his poetry, and I just remember how affected I was by some of the passages still linger in my mind. I remember in one of his poems, he was talking about a little kid who at night for comfort puts a hand on a cold wall. And I just remembered that hit me so hard because I used to do that. I used to put my hand on the wall as I was laying there. So yeah, Czeslaw Milosz, Nobel Prize laureate, coming in with some sci-fi. Ooh, I mentioned this book, I think, in the community page, Zenna Henderson's Pilgrimage. I've heard some things about her. It's supposed to be kind of a feel-good. Let me know if you've read any Zenna Henderson. Is she kind of like Simak? Does she bring that pastoral feel to her works? I think she was a teacher. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I do apologize. I need to read more classic SF and Zenna Henderson, as well as the next author I have in my hand, Kate Wilhelm, will do that. So here we have Margaret and I. Here's the pocket-sized science fiction edition of Kate Wilhelm's story, and also Fault Lines. So this one also has some, I think, horror motives to it. Let me know if you've read any Kate Wilhelm. I have not. So now, last but not least, I want to get to some books that I'm really excited about, and these are by my currently climbing in the ranks of favorite authors, Iain M. Banks. So first off, look to Windward. I love this edition of Iain M. Banks' culture novel. I'm going to read all of them just today. Sam Not So Wise and Whitney from Secret Sauce, the three of us recorded a video where we talked about The Algebraist by Iain M. Banks. All of us enjoyed that book, and I really have been pleasantly surprised by every book that I read by Iain M. Banks. I've read 4 of his works so far. I'm going to continue this year and read few more. We'll see how many, but Look to Windward is another book by Iain M. Banks that I was super happy to pick up a used copy, as is Hydrogen Sonata, the Hydrogen Sonata by Iain M. Banks, another one in the Culture series. Such a great author. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite Iain M. Banks if you've read more than one. And then Surface Detail. So I have quite a few Iain M. Banks books to look forward to. Of course, I have some other ones that I'm not showing that have been sitting on my shelves for a little bit longer. I think the next Iain M. Banks, I can't see it from here. I don't have my glasses, but I think State of the Art, I don't know. It's a thinner book. I think it's short stories. That's going to be my next Iain M. Banks, and I cannot wait to sink into that read. What am I reading currently? Maybe I'll let you know, since this is pretty much all I have for you as far as my let me look around. Maybe I'm forgetting something. I think that's pretty much all I have to show you as far as my science fiction finds. Canticle for Leibowitz is my current read. I'm doing this on a buddy read with Chris from Liminal Spaces and Robin from Booksman, who put the buddy read together. Thank you, Robin, for this. I'm glad I was prompted to read this book because I've been putting it off for a long time, thinking I'm not gonna enjoy it. But guess what? I actually like this book quite a bit. I think it's an engaging story. It's a completely unique take on a post-apocalyptic world, very much religion-heavy, organized religion with Catholic Church in its primacy here. So I'm really enjoying this book. I think it's fascinating. I think it's interesting. I'm about, 60, maybe 65, 70% into the read, and it's a good one. Nice cover too, isn't it? So yeah, I'm enjoying. It's difficult to say I'm enjoying the Canticle for Leibowitz, but I do think I like it. Perhaps because my expectations were quite a bit low. I was unsure about this one, and no, it's good. It's good. The story, I think, is engaging. The characters are great. There's subtle hints of humor in it that are amazing as well. That is amazing as well. So a fabulous, fabulous read. So leave a comment down below. Let me know anything about any of these books. Let me know what you're reading. I'd love to connect with you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.